Hey everyone, I am Peter from Top Think, and today we are going to learn how to reprogram your mind for success. Now, let's begin. There are some things in life you can't control. You can't always change what you look like. Someone who's born better looking will always have that advantage over someone who isn't. You also can't change where you come from. If you're born into a wealthy family, you'll have certain opportunities that everyone else won't. So does that mean success is out of your control too? Is success something you have to be born into? The truth is, anyone can be successful. While innate advantages like good looks and family money give some people a head start, they don't guarantee success. Nothing does. You could have millions of dollars thrown into your lap and still fail to achieve your dreams. Try to think of success like a war. Money, looks, and connections are all just soldiers in your army. But a bad general can have a bigger army and still lose. On the other hand, a great general can have a small army and conquer the world. So what does this tell us about success? Your success relies on your mental strength. With the right combination of ambition and strategy, anyone can achieve any goal. Of course, you won't just need to win once to be successful. Success is a constant struggle between motivation and laziness. You'll need to fight hundreds of battles, and sometimes you will lose. The secret is to develop the kind of mindset that will always pick you back up. To do that, you have to reprogram your brain. Most people don't set themselves up for success. They don't have self-discipline or confidence. They haven't developed constructive habits or honed their ambitions. They even allow themselves to abandon their goals. Get rid of these destructive tendencies. You may not realize it yet, but they're holding you back. They keep you feeling insecure and aimless. They cloud your head with unnecessary fears. To be successful, you need to replace them with habits and beliefs that leave you feeling strong and inspired. But what does that actually look like? Here are 5 mental adjustments you should make to foster the right kind of persevering attitude. Number 1, change your default. Imagine you're applying for a job. You scan through the job postings and find one that sounds interesting. The position seems perfect for you, but you're worried it's a little above your pay grade. Do you send in an application or keep looking? Most people choose to back out because they think they wouldn't be able to handle the job anyway. My question to you is, why not? What makes you worse than any of the hundreds of other candidates? You've decided you were going to fail before you even started. You never gave yourself a chance because you don't believe in yourself. In other words, your default is set to failure. When you come across something that might be too hard, you assume it is. When expectations are set too high, you assume you aren't capable of meeting them. If your default is set to failure, you'll never take risks or grow as a person. You'll only do the things you know you're good at, which can leave you stagnating for years. To accomplish your goals, switch your default to success. When you run into something that might be too difficult, assume you'll conquer it. If people expect the world from you, try your best to give it to them. Let your performance decide whether or not you can succeed, not your fears. But does this kind of blind optimism actually work? A 2016 study analyzed the character traits of successful people from a variety of fields. While athletes were more passionate and entrepreneurs were more innovative, there were a few traits that every participant listed. Among them was optimism in the face of adversity. The most successful people don't run away from challenges, they embrace them. Why? Because by default, they assume they're going to succeed. Number 2, commit. Maybe your biggest problem isn't that you don't set goals, it's that you're setting too many. For people with lots of interests and hobbies, landing on one all-inclusive dream can be difficult. If someone asked you what your ideal job was, could you give just one answer? Or do you tell people you're a musician, writer, astronaut, and entrepreneur all at the same time? You might think this approach gives you an advantage. Goal setting is incredibly important to success, so wouldn't this be helpful? Unfortunately, it's just the opposite. Having too many big picture goals will hold you back. It's hard to motivate yourself to pursue so many things at once. No one has the time or energy to think through each one, so your aspirations will end up shallow and aimless. Instead, force yourself to commit to one thing. Find the dream that means the most to you and focus entirely on making it a reality. Why is this so important? Successful goal setting depends on specifics. Having dozens of lofty dreams will take you nowhere because there are no concrete steps to follow. Concentrate on one big picture goal by creating a specific path to success. Of course, the hardest part isn't picking a goal, it's sticking to it. Don't let yourself flip-flop from dream to dream. You won't end up actually accomplishing anything. To make sure you don't jump ship, think about why this particular dream is important to you. You pick this one for a reason, so let that reason motivate you to stay on track. Number 3, be clueless. What if I told you many of the most successful people are just winging it? The truth is, it's okay to not know what you're doing. In fact, the best way to learn is to throw yourself into the action. You might feel inexperienced or nervous, but once you've done it the first time, you'll realize it isn't as scary as you thought. That's ultimately what keeps most people from becoming successful. They're too intimidated by their goals to actually achieve them. They hide in their comfort zone for their entire life. They waste years feeling unfulfilled because they didn't have the courage to dive right in. To find success, let yourself be clueless. Yes, your inexperience might make you fail, but that failure will teach you more than watching from the sidelines. Failure shouldn't be a terrifying experience. It makes you a better worker and a learner. Failure shows you what you're doing wrong so you can understand how to do it right. And that's assuming you actually do fail. You may walk into a job completely clueless and walk out an expert in your field. Taking these risks will also skyrocket your confidence. It shows you how successful you can be without prior experience or preparation. Over time, you'll prove to yourself that you can tackle any challenge. This is crucial when pursuing success because you never know what curveballs are coming your way. Immersing yourself in new jobs and fields will teach you flexibility. Like the most successful people, you'll learn to adapt to any situation because you have faith in your own ability to come out on top. Number 4, stop relating. Failure can be contagious. When we fail, we relate that one failure to other aspects of our lives. For example, if you mess up during a presentation at work, you'll hesitate to give another one. Or maybe your first video didn't go viral like you imagined, so you decide not to make any more. In each example, the two events have nothing to do with each other, but the memory of that first failure can still scare you. It can make you feel anxious and intimidated. It can even persuade you into giving up a great opportunity. Your past failures may be preventing you from being successful. Instead of treating them like learning experiences, you're letting them control you. Your failures shouldn't define what you can and can't do. Just because you fail one test doesn't mean you won't ace the next one. At the same time, acing the first test doesn't mean you will ace the second. You should treat every goal as an individual opportunity to better yourself. Number 5, take action. You've probably heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words. When achieving success, actions aren't just louder, they're all that matters. Anyone can go around flaunting a title or a dream. They can tell the entire world that they're going to be successful, but that doesn't mean they will. In fact, it doesn't mean anything. Say you have two people who both want to be artists. Person A has been honing his skills for years, but has never tried to make a name for himself. Person B goes to art galleries, befriends other artists, and tells everyone she knows about her dream, but hasn't actually created any art. Who is more likely to reach their ultimate goal? Person A is a great example of someone who is action-oriented. He's taking steps to grow and improve before he advertises his brand. He won't need to tell anyone that he's an artist because his accomplishments will do it for him. Person B, on the other hand, is trying to skip steps. Instead of knocking out actual goals, they just want to talk about them. They want people to think they're succeeding when, in reality, they haven't even started. Thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.